Hi, I'm Natalie Finnigan. I'm an Associate Director here at Concertus. So I'd worked for a Tier 1 contractor for about 13 years. I was incredibly nervous when I came to Concertus because it was so different coming to a consultancy from what I'd been used to. But I was really lucky when I joined. My manager was someone called Nat Thompson. She was really supportive of me, really helped me grow as a quantity surveyor and helped make that transition really easy. And her belief in me was sort of what kickstart that sort of early rise in my career. One of the first opportunities to branch out I was given here was to take an opportunity to look after the project management team, which obviously I grabbed, and that helped broaden my horizons from the pure QS work that I'd been doing previously. So there was a lot more client liaison work, leading the project team, a deeper understanding of all the different disciplines and what they did coming together to make the project successful, and it just gave me that really good sort of teamwork leading opportunity that really sort of created a foundation for where I took the career next. Recently I've also had the opportunity to work with the property management team, and that's been really good for me, and again my development, because it's that next step of the business and that greater understanding of how occupancy challenges can be dealt with in design to make life easier for our clients moving forward. So I've really enjoyed all the different opportunities to grow and learn about all the various different aspects of the business that we have. So I'd wanted to make more of an effort to give back to the CIOB. I'd been a member for so long, but I was a little bit worried about how I could balance the commitments of becoming a local hub committee member with my work commitments, but Concertus was so willing to be flexible and supportive of this opportunity, and then they wanted a vice chair, and I threw my hat in the ring, and luckily after going through the interview process they decided that that would be something I could do for them. It's given me an opportunity to help get involved in local CPD engagement events, reach out to the local construction industry, support the Tomorrow Leaders initiative. I'm also the Assist Ambassador, which is the CIOB charity, and they help support CIOB members and people in construction industry with mental health or in times of financial difficulty. So I've really enjoyed that as well. And then next is after my term as vice chair, I have to step in the chair role, so I'll get to meet all the chairs from all the different hub committees across the world, and they have hubs in like Africa and Asia and the Americas, and it's going to be a fantastic opportunity to see not only how we do it nationally but also how we do it across the whole of the world. And I'm really looking forward to that. It's sort of a really exciting thing to be involved in. Oh, my favourite project always is the bridge. It should on paper have been the worst project ever. We had changes in end users. It was right in the middle of COVID, so a lot of the management of getting the pupils to school and from school changed, which means we had to change the design last minute. The end users' needs changed halfway through the project, so there was project changes. We found buried asbestos, we found unforeseen ground conditions, we had rights of way things to deal with, but it was my favourite project because everyone came together on that team, everyone worked together. There was no sort of ego or people trying to get one up on each other. Everyone just came together to make the project a success. Everyone worked to their own skills and strengths. There was great communication the whole way through. We couldn't give everyone everything they wanted, but we engaged with the end users and the clients about what their priorities were, and so what was the important things for them to make the project a success. And by the end of it, it was this fantastic school. It was a special educational needs school as well, so it was so needed that the students absolutely loved the new facilities. It was bright, it was colourful, it was delivered on time, and it was within 1% of the budget, which, considering all the challenges we had, was absolutely amazing. And it was just a really positive project for everyone, from what should have been a really difficult site. I think the thing that I'm most proud of is actually that they wanted me to do the story in the first place. Sort of from going from being a very sort of anonymous person in a huge company like where I was before, to sort of progressing through Concertus and all the things I've done here and the steps I've taken here to progress and involve myself in local community things, that being recognised was actually very flattering and humbling. And hopefully I managed to inspire some other people to join the CIOB or get involved in construction. And I know there's been 4 people since that article within the business that have either successfully completed their CIOB membership or are in the process of doing it. So it's nice to know that you can influence the industry in some small way. I think construction still has a very negative perception out there, especially around people that aren't involved in the industry. So having ambassadors that can promote construction, especially in schools regarding the STEM subjects, they're quite often the subjects people don't see where it can lead to. So having that narrative with the students and the pupils and sometimes even the parents to sort of say, these are the places you can go with your science, technology, engineering or maths degrees. There's all these opportunities. Quite often when you talk to people about careers in construction, they still think back to the traditional trades, the bricklaying, the carpentry, the groundworks, and those trades are really important because obviously we can't build things without the skills and the trades. But there's also an awful lot of other professional career opportunities for whatever people are interested in. So it's really nice to have that opportunity to go and sort of suddenly get people enthusiastic about construction and the opportunities that they have here for a really positive career. Aside from the STEM work, I've helped ambassador the T-level programme here at Concertus. It's where we support local colleges and their learners who are doing T-levels because they need to get an awful lot of work experience to be able to successfully complete their course. So I have this view that if we want to inspire people into the industry and we want to bridge the skills gap and we want to have these really positive people in the future in our businesses, then we need to put a bit of effort into encouraging them in and showing them what it's like to work in a professional environment. So it's that investment back into the community and into the future construction professionals. Because we're multidisciplinary consultancy, we can give our T-level learners a really broad experience of all the different professions that there is to come into. So what we've been doing here is, with all their different time, they've been spending some days in architecture, some days in structural engineering, some days in mechanical and electrical services, some days in quantity surveyor, some days in project management. So really giving them an opportunity to spend a decent amount of time in each of the departments so that they can get an understanding of what it actually means to be a building surveyor, what that would mean for them as a career, and whether they actually enjoy it. It's really hard to know what you want to do when you're 16, sometimes even 18 and sometimes even in your mid-40s. So being able to give them this opportunity so that they can experience it for themselves means that they can approach their T-level and potentially their degree with a relative amount of confidence that this is the career that they want. And obviously we get exposure to potentially some great future Concertus employees. I think one of my earliest memories of Concertus was, it was dress down day and I was about to go on holiday and I didn't have the standard of clothes I would normally be wearing, and I was waiting all day for somebody to pick me up on the fact that I wasn't dressed quite to the standards expected. And halfway through the day along walks one of our directors, Matt Self, and he dropped his voice and went, "Natalie, I just want to have a word with you." And I thought, okay, here we go, ready with the excuses. And he looked at me and went, "I just wanted to thank you for the work you did for us earlier. That was really good and it's appreciated." I swear my jaw dropped, and it must have been about 2 or 3 seconds as he walked away before I could go thank you as he walked off. But it was that appreciation, the fact that one of the senior leaders in the business had taken time out, and I was a senior quantity surveyor. I hadn't been here very long, but he'd taken time out of his day to recognise the work that I'd done, and that culture was just so different to what I'd been used to. And I thought, yeah, I could really enjoy working here. Oh, it's the range of clients and the range of roles. Although we're a multidisciplinary company, and we do enjoy working with each other, with all our teams, some clients choose to take all of our services, and some clients choose to take just 1 or 2, which means that we get an opportunity to work with different providers. And then, working as a standalone services where our client can choose a bespoke set of services that suits their needs, means we can really get involved in how the client needs us to support them and their projects. So that just means that you get great satisfaction for what you do, because you're looking after the client and giving them what they need. And I really enjoy that. And the range, you're always working on different projects and with different people. That's always really exciting to be able to do those different things. So I always go back to my Moscow principles with clients when budgets are tight, and this is concentrating on what must you have to make this project successful, what are the things you should have to make it successful, what are the things you could have, and what are things that you want, but actually if you don't get them, it's not a big deal. If you can get people to focus on where their priorities are and what's most important to them to make this job a successful job for them and their needs, then you can really start drilling down into where you should be focusing the money and the budgets that they have. Because especially in public sector, budgets are so tight. Unfortunately, you can't always provide everything that everybody would like you to provide. But as a quantity surveyor, our focus is often on cost management, and we can provide challenges to the design or to procurement routes, and just provide real cost and programme benefits. One project I was working on, a client had been informed by somebody else that there was only one provider for the specialist equipment that they needed to provide as part of their project, and I didn't think it was right, so I went and did a bit of research and actually found 3 other companies, all within the local area, that could provide this sort of specialist equipment. And I sent him the information that allowed him to make better procurement choices, and it ultimately saved about 6 weeks on the programme and about £300,000 worth of money, both in saved prelim times for the programme benefits and the actual cost of the equipment being provided. And we actually managed to get the procurement period shortened so that we could start on site earlier as well. So there was all these benefits just from that one bit of advice. And when you can do that for a client, you just get this real satisfaction, because you've earned your fee. Probably Matt Self gave me the best advice. I can't remember what was going on, but I remember it was quite a tough time, and he just reminded me to stay true to myself, that my skill sets were different to other people's skill sets in the team, and that's what made us a good team. So I had to stay true to myself and true to my beliefs, and not be afraid to challenge, as long as I'm challenging positively, because my viewpoint and being different to other people's is a good thing and not a bad thing. So yeah, that advice to stay true to myself, and I always remember that, and I always try and make sure I do that and provide a positive challenge and make sure that my viewpoint is considered. Sometimes it is valid even if it's different. If my 10-year-ago self was watching this, I would go, remind myself that the easy roads are not always the best roads, that things can be tough, but you don't give up, you keep moving forward, and if you're willing to put in the work and make those hard decisions, then it can lead you to a really good place.